Good morning dear children. In this video we will learn about blood pressure or BP and coagulation of the blood. In the 9th class you have learnt about blood and its components. Blood is made up of different types of the cells and fluids. The cells which are present in the blood are red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. Platelets help in the coagulation of the blood. Now let us learn about blood pressure or BP. Generally you have heard the word BP or blood pressure. Heart pumps the blood to all body parts. To move the blood through this network of vessels, a great deal of force is required. You know, there are different phases in the heartbeat. Contraction and relaxation of the ventricles are the phases involved in the heartbeat. When the ventricles contract, the blood comes into the arteries with a great force. Then there is a drop in the pressure as the ventricles refill with the blood for the next beat. BP is always measured in the upper arm artery. BP is not same throughout the body, so it shows some variations throughout the body. So a standard place must be used so that a person's blood pressure can be compared over a period of time. Doctors measure the blood pressure or BP with a device called sphygmomanometer. There are two pressure readings. One measures the strongest pressure during the time of blood is forced out of the ventricles. This is called systolic pressure. For a healthy young adult, it will be 120 mm of Hg. Here, mm means millimeters, Hg means hydrogram, that means mercury. When you observe the sphygmomanometer, you can find out a centimeter scale and mercury level. The second reading is taken during the resting period as the ventricles refill with the blood. This is called diastolic pressure. It will be 80 mm of Hg. Blood pressure will change according to the activity in which the person is engaged, such as resting, walking and running. If a person have high BP during the resting period, it is said to be hypertension. Hypertension is a disorder. Commonly in the aged persons, we can find out this type of disorder. Now let us learn about coagulation of the blood. Another important part in the story of the blood is coagulation of the blood. Only because of this character, animals survive when they meet severe injuries. When there is an injury, blood clots in 3 to 6 minutes. What is the mechanism involved in the formation of clot after an injury occurs? When a person met with an injury, the wound flows blood for a short period of time. Then the cut is filled with a reddish solid material. This is called a blood clot or coagulation. If blood did not clot, anyone with even a slight wound bleeds profusely, that means continuously. As you know, blood consists of platelets and some of other chemical substances, prothrombin and fibrinogen. Let us learn about mechanism of coagulation of the blood. When the blood flows out through the injury, the platelets release an enzyme called thrombokinase. This enzyme only releases when a person met with an injury. Another substance, prothrombin, is present in the blood. Now thrombokinase acts on the prothrombin and prothrombin is converted into thrombin. The next substance, fibrinogen, is already present in the blood. Thrombin acts on fibrinogen and the fibrinogen will be converted into insoluble fibrin. This insoluble fibrin forms on the injury as a network and it forms the clot. The fibrin fibers are attached to the edges of the wound and pull them together. The yellowish straw-colored fluid portion after formation of the clot is serum. Vitamin K is also involved in the coagulation of the blood. If the vitamin K in our blood is insufficient, it delays the clotting of the blood. Normally the blood that oozes from a wound clots in 3 to 6 minutes. That means after an injury, the blood only comes out within 3 to 6 minutes, it will be clot. This is called clotting time of a person. But in some people, due to vitamin K deficiency, it takes more time. Because of genetic disorder, the blood may not coagulate. This type of disorder is called hemophilia. Hemophilia is a common disorder in the children who have born from marriages between very close relatives. Thalassemia is an inherited disorder is also related to the blood. Let us learn some more important facts about the thalassemia. Thalassemia is a group of inherited blood disorders characterized by mild to severe anemia caused by hemoglobin deficiency in the red blood cells. Anemia means lack of sufficient red blood cells or hemoglobin. The function of red blood cells is to carry oxygen and carbon dioxide. In individuals with thalassemia, the production of the oxygen carrying blood pigment hemoglobin is abnormally low. There are two main types of thalassemia. First one, alpha thalassemia, and second one, beta thalassemia. Individuals with mild thalassemia may have symptoms such as anemia, enlarged liver and spleen, increased susceptibility to infections, slow growth, thin and brittle bones, and heart failure. Thalassemia major should be diagnosed as early as possible in order to prevent growth restriction, fragile bones, and infections in the first year of life. Today, thalassemia major can be cured by stem cell transplantation.